back to Sticks and Strings. I'm Naomi.
I'm Beth.
I'm Eve.
We're back together. Thank you for being patient with us for a week while we were traveling to see family. We had a good trip. It was, what?
I thought I had a bug on my foot. It's a dog's tail.
We had a good trip. It was good to see family. Sad occasion, but it was good to be there.
It was a good memorial. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
So,
I didn't enjoy it, but I enjoyed it.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. So we're back, yes. And we are here to craft and chat with you. So get your craft. I've got my mountain of yarn here. Get your favorite drink and sit back and spend some time with us. Beth is going first.
Yes. You can see my little Lego box here. I'm going to do this work on this today because what I have left are my new starts for April, and to me it's very fussy to do a new start live in front of everybody. So I'm gonna do those later today. I think work on those later today. But anyway, so I had them all nice and neat and thing, and I messed them up. My first WIP-GO call for this month was the Bald Eagle, and I finished that. I showed you guys that. My second one was that I worked on was Calling of the Sea by Stacy Nash, and I finished the 7 days. I think I did an extra day on it just to get to a good ending point. So I finished the flag. I finished this little box thing, which is like I think a ship's wheel and an anchor in this little box. And then I finished the every color on the whale except for the white that goes on his body. I had to order a new skein of that just because I, am close to running out of this. It's a Fancy Floss color. And then I have these big medallions under here to go. And that's another one I had to order the thread for. And then there is a border all around the edge. But other than that, it's finished. No. So it's,
other than all this stuff I have to do, it's finished.
So I'm, it'll be whenever it comes up again, But hopefully, when it does come up again, I'll be able to finish it at that point. But the whale has an eye now, so he's not blind anymore.
I'm taking a picture of my yarn. Sorry.
But so that's Calling of the Sea whale. It's there's 3 in that, and I just did the one. And then my other WIP-GO call was another Stacy Nash. This is the one of her animal crackers. This is Blizzard, the little fox in a sweater with a scarf. And I think I am going to do the smaller additional designs, but I don't think I'm going to make. I think it's supposed to be a needle book or something like that, according to the pattern. But I think I'll just do it. I don't know, as an accessory somehow. But so when I started it, I mean, at this time around, I had done part of the scarf, and I wasn't even sure. I was like, is this the top? Is this the top? How many threads did I use? But so I looked at, I had to look up an old video where I talked about, that I was stitching 2 over 2 or whatever. But so I finished the scarf, and I started on, there's his nose down here. And then I started on the top of the fox's head and sort of, I did that. I wanted to finish it so that I could put the outline of the ears so you could actually tell what it is. And for a minute there I panicked because I wanted to do, instead of doing the brown on his head, I was going to do the beginnings of his sweater, which is it's seafoam. It's these are all Weeks dye works colors, and I was looking in my thing, and I did not have it, and I looked on my phone, where I had a list on my phone of the threads needed for for various patterns, and I had it listed there. But usually I put like if I have it on there still, I have like a little plus mark or something that shows that I bought it. Just I was kind of panicking because I thought, oh, should I have ordered that seafoam color when I ordered the other two threads that I got for the whale, but I because I had just gone through I had a bunch of threads I had to put away, and I'd gone through everything, including several weak Irish colors. And I thought, I don't remember seeing that, and so I was having a cow because I had just gotten in the mail the other threads that I ordered for the whale, and I thought, man, I should have ordered seafoam. Because I don't think we have time or wherewithal to go all the way up to the attic to to look for threads or whatever, and but fortunately, so on a whim, I went like in the middle of the night. I went to go look in the craft room. Oh, and I promptly, the closet in the craft room, all the closets in this house have those big, heavy sliding door things, in the closet, and the one in the craft room. We have been talking about taking the doors off, just to get,
She's mostly been talking about it.
But I went to open the door to look for the threads, and it kind of came off the little slider. So it's like, that's a good sign. That means take the doors off.
Now it won't open or close.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you have to kind of wrestle it around to try to get it to move it,
It can be rehung.
So it means take the
So
doors
did
off.
you find the thread?
Yes, I found the thread.
That's the short
Thankfully,
end of the
yes. But so yeah, I was very relieved that I found the thread. It was like going through all this drama to look for this thread. The other thing I did was we went to Hobby Lobby the other day. Yesterday? Was it yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah. Yesterday we had a big excursion. We went everywhere. But so
I told Robert, we're going such and such a place, and then this, and then we'll be here next Tuesday.
So I finished stitching this. This is my Tiny Saint design. I finished stitching this a long time ago, but I didn't mount it, because all of our stuff is in storage. So and I didn't know if I wanted to make a pillow, if I wanted to make a flat fold, what did I want to do with it. But it's not very big. But when we went to Hobby Lobby, I didn't have the exact measurements. I had like how I had put it into cross stitch calculator, to estimate the sizes, everything. But I found this that I thought it's for a tiny saint. I think it'll be appropriate. The design won't take up the whole thing, but I can put other stuff on it too.
Little crosses.
Well, since his name is Baby Corn, I thought maybe I'll put a little corn on there. But so I could decorate around it and put it like down here or something and decorate around it. So so I thought this will work for that. I like the shape of it, and it has an easel back too, so you can stand it up or whatever. It doesn't have a hanger thing on the back if we were to hang it, but it'll stand up. And like I said, all I have left for WIP-GO for this month are my new starts. I didn't want to do that on camera, so instead I'm working on Lego. So you'll see me struggling through my very first Lego set. So that's me. I'm done.
That's you. All right, I'm going next. So after we talked, my yarn was on the way when I last saw you. This yarn here. So then when it came, I realized that it is actually a worsted weight. And I don't know why I was so dumb. So the pattern that I was going to make, the Forest Fiesta big swirl jacket, the one that was all those rainbow colors, it called for Noro Silk Garden Light. And when I went to order, it was Noro Silk Garden. And I did not check the weight of it, and I didn't do the research I was supposed to do. So when it comes, it has the label on here that has a 4. And I go back and I read the pattern, and it's like, it's a DK weight for that pattern. Noro Silk Garden Light is a lighter weight yarn. So then I had a crisis of, do I try to figure out the knitting math to make that sweater in a heavier weight yarn, and what's it going to do to the drape, to the fit? And I can do the math with, you know, changing the needle size and everything, but the fact that the yarn is thicker is going to make it a completely different sweater. So, and the sweater, the book, the Knit Swirl book that I have it here electronically, and it has a lot of sweaters. It's this book here. It's got a lot of sweaters in it. But I didn't read through the book. I mean, I knew there were some that used worsted weight and some that were different sizes and things like that. But I was like so angry because I have all this yarn. I convinced my husband to let me spend a lot of money. And I'm like, now what do I do? So I went onto Ravelry and I searched just the yarn, because you can search by yarn, thinking, okay, maybe someone's made a nice sweater that I might like in this yarn and I can just pivot and make something else. So I'm going through, and then it shows up another Knit Swirl jacket, another sweater in the book. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, okay. So I went to look, and it's a little bit different in that, let me pull it up here. Sorry. The one I was going to make, if you remember, was what she calls a centered circle, meaning the hole for the neck is in the middle of the circle. So that means the collar portion is like a large shawl collar, like if you remember, you can see the model like wearing the collar as like a hood, which I really liked, and I really thought that I wanted that. And then, but this sweater is called Stratosphere, and it's an off-center. It's still a circle, but it's an off-center circle, and it still has a large shawl collar. I'll put this up close up, but it still has a large shawl collar, not as big as the other one, because the opening for so if it's a circle, the opening for the head, instead of being in the middle, is off center. It's up, so you have a smaller amount of collar. And then I started to think about it, and I thought, you know, I'm only 5 feet tall, and so maybe this would be a better option for me. And then I also saw that this jacket can be worn upside down. And here's a small picture of it. It can be worn upside down as like a shorter coat with a very large shawl collar. Look.
I like that better.
You can completely turn it upside down.
Yeah, I like that.
And I thought I can wear it I can wear it long if I need it down over my butt because I'm cold, or I can turn it around and wear it at a waist length with a very large shawl collar, which I think is really cool. And so I was like, okay. And this pattern calls for actually this yarn, for Neuro Silk Garden, the full worsted weight. I'm so dumb. So I was like, okay. So then I decided to cast on before we left for our trip. We left for our trip on Saturday, and I cast on sometime during the week. I can't remember. It took me an entire night to cast on, and that night I wound up staying up till like, I don't know, 5 a.m, because the cast on is how many? I just want to make sure I'm telling you the truth. 561 stitches. So this is a 40-inch needle, and you see how it's completely ruffled because it's all stuffed on there. So you start on the outside of the circle and you decrease into the center of the circle. So as I go in, the knitting will fit on the needle better. So you cast on 561 stitches, and I did it with 2 balls of yarn instead of trying to estimate a long tail, and it worked perfectly. And you do a certain number of rows what they, reverse stockinette, so purl on the outside. Then you do regular stockinette for a few rows, and then you start the purl. So I'm literally only in my third welt. So when I cast on, I told myself, well, I'll just do a couple rows, because you do, with this method, you do 3 rows flat, and then you join it in a circle so that you can make sure it's not twisted. It's really ingenious. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get through those 3 rows tonight, and then tomorrow I'll join it in a circle. It took me till 5 in the morning because it's 500 stitches. 560 stitches. So it took me a long time. So each row, or each round, excuse me, right now takes about an hour if I'm just doing nothing but stitching. So it's going to be a long time. But I was able to join it, and it's going very, very well. My decreases in numbers are all normal. So I think it's going to be very beautiful. It's going to be dark. I thought the blue would stand out more, but it's really blending. So it's just going to be a nice dark jacket. I'm excited about it. So I think it'll go with everything I want to wear it with, whether I'm wearing jeans or dark pants or whatever. And I'm just on the swirl journey now, and I found her old website with a lot of really good tutorial articles and a couple videos. So that was nice. And also, to answer your other questions, I decided not to create a video journey of this. I am so stressed between work and everything else. I thought, you know what, I just want to sit and enjoy this and not have to plan and think about what am I going to film. Yeah. So forgive me for that, but I decided to just, oh, that's my alarm. Wake up. I decided to just enjoy the journey. So I will be here every week showing you my progress, and hopefully it won't. But I mean, this is pretty good progress for 2 weeks. This is 2 weeks worth of knitting, which a huge part of it was casting on, and so I'm just running around in circles. So it's pretty nice. It's good TV knitting. In other news, I decided it's just about time to figure out the emergency summer sweater for Hannah, and I think so. While I was in Albuquerque, I went to. I have to tell you my yarn story first of all. When I decided to switch from the Fiesta Forest or Forest Fiesta sweater to this Stratosphere sweater, I looked at the yarn requirements, and actually I needed more of this yarn than I would have if I was using the DK weight for whatever reason. So I had to order 3 more skeins. So I went back to the store I bought this from. I had apparently bought them all out because they didn't have any more of this color. So I was searching the internet, and I didn't think about the little yarn shop in Albuquerque. So anyway, I found this website. It was called, I don't care, it was called Mrs. Knits. And they had 3 skeins of this same yarn. Now, I realize it might not have been the same dye lot, but I thought with such a big sweater, I can just throw those random. If they are a different dye lot, I'll just throw them in randomly, and it won't, I didn't think it would matter. So I ordered it. And literally 2 weeks go by, and I don't have a shipping email. I don't have anything. And so I'm like, what is going on? Why is it not shipping? And I was in Albuquerque, and I decided to go to the yarn shop at Nob Hill, which I love, and they foster a kitty, and then people adopt the kitty straight from the yarn shop. They come to visit the kitty at the yarn shop, and they had this adorable orange and white kitty. He was Floofy, and he was so sweet. Anyway.
Named what?
He was just Floofy.
No.
I don't remember his name.
Oh, I thought you said.
No. He was Floofy.
Oh.
So that's where I saw a pattern that I really liked, and I was thinking about buying yarn for that. And then I saw that they had Noro Silk Garden, and I saw that they had my colorway, color 548. So I was like, oh. So I went, before I bought it, I went and I looked on there, and I was like, what is going on with this? It still hasn't shipped. It's been 2 weeks. So I went on the website finally, and I actually logged in and created an account for myself so I could check my order. And there, big as day, blog post we've temporarily closed due to illness. I'm working with people who recently ordered to see if they want a refund or if they want to wait, da da da. So I immediately wrote and I said, I ordered this, it was this order number, it was this amount, I would like a refund, because it never shipped. And I figured, who knows how long it's going to be closed.
Yeah.
So I sent that email, bought the new yarn from that yarn shop. Literally, by the time I got home to my aunt's apartment, I had his shipping email. So he must have seen, Mrs. is a he, but he must have seen my email and then just shipped it, I guess. So then I texted it. I called back. There was a phone number you can text, so I texted it and I said, I just requested a refund and I purchased the yarn elsewhere. I want a refund. No response. And then yesterday I was like, please advise. What is going on? So I said, I'm going to send it back and I'm going to get a refund because I told you before you shipped it that I wanted a refund. And you said on your website that you were offering. Anyway, so that's my yarn drama. But while I was there, I saw this great pattern by the lady who makes Dando yarn. It is, let me see if I can find it. Oh shoot, I lost it. Oh, it was on my phone, that's why. It was this beautiful sweater, top, summer top, and at the shop it was made with pineapple fiber yarn, which I didn't know was a thing. And it's called the Agave by Yumiko Alexander, and she has her own line of yarn, which is way too expensive. But here's the model shot of it.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty.
It's gorgeous, and it's a very boxy look to it. It's basically like a square. If you pull it out, it's a square, and then the sleeves are squares like that, or rectangular, But the way it drapes is so beautiful, and so I thought, I think I may make this as a surprise emergency summer sweater, because I do that every summer for her.
You do it every summer, so it's not really a surprise.
What I mean by surprise is I'm going to pick the color and the pattern and just send it to
I think it looks pretty in that way.
Yeah, I think it's going to be beautiful. And you wear it over something else, like a tank or whatever, which is totally her vibe. So, anyway, I think that's me. That is
Okay.
me. So Eve is last.
So I am working again on, this is only the second time I've worked on it in a while. So Murder in the Garden by Hands On Design. And I have one bird almost done.
Oh, cool.
Have some flowers thrown in because I got sick of doing that. I got sick of the green, so I said, nah, do something else. So that's what I'm working on right now as we're talking. I was pretty prolific this week. So
well, I wasn't here to bugger.
To bug her or make her take you
first, I finished this little crochet bag. And I made a little drawstring top for it.
Oh, that's cute. You see?
And I think it needs a lining, I'm
Yeah.
not positive.
Yeah. That's cute.
Mm.
I like it.
Those little things remind me of Grandma.
I know.
So that's the first one. I don't have enough space for everything. And then I finished this, FFO'd this Moonlit Moth. It's in a hoop.
Oh, that's cute. That's a
The
cute
hoop
idea.
holder. I got it from Counting Puddles, the person that
Oh, did you do
designed
the
this. I used ribbon.
ribbon? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because to me the ribbon lays flat, so
Yeah.
that's why I like that. And then I borrowed Naomi's sewing machine. So first I FFO'd my...
First, she sent me a message that she forgot how to sew.
I did. I started sewing with no thread in the.
Classic.
I mean, it had bobbin thread in it, but it didn't have thread on top. So that's really bad.
Oh, well, that's not classic.
So I FFO'd my beef amazing pillow.
It's cute.
And then I did fresh lemonade. I want to get a lemon pin to put in here.
Oh yeah.
That's cute.
I don't have enough space here. And then I did the this moon thing, and I can't remember who it's by.
Yeah. It's is it Tiny Wonders?
No.
Let me see.
No, it's not Cottage Garden Samplings, but it sounds the same.
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, I can't remember what it was called either. I'm sorry. I have the pattern. As a matter of fact, I wanted to de-stash on that one, but there's this pillow, and I said, do I like these little things hanging down? I tied them, and I could untie it and then finish it off flat, but it was sitting on the coffee table, and Hank goes, get away from my pillow. And then last night I FFO'd this Stars and Stripes by
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, I saw it sitting there and I didn't see it.
but
Finished.
it would have fit if I'd done it this way, but I like the star off to the side.
Yeah.
So it has a little engraved star there, you'll see. But I'm going to have to put a hanger or something on the back of this. This little thing was in the Hobby Lobby's 4th of July stuff.
Americana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have an extensive collection of 4th of July stuff, none of which is on sale. And then I finished. Let me pull up the pattern here. Trick or Treat by Barbara Anna, which I no longer need this. You can have it back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when she was telling me at some point, she said, "Oh, I have that punch needle for you, to give back to you." And I'm like, "What punch needle?" Because I was thinking a project, and she meant this magazine.
So
I
I'm gonna make it a stand up. So I just put the pumpkins on both sides.
Oh,
See?
cute.
Oh yeah.
And then I bought this ruler so that I can get the curve at the top right.
Oh.
It's
So
a
it's a
flexible
flexible.
ruler.
Oh.
Yeah.
This was the one recommended by, I don't know if it's exactly the brand. It might be the same brand because I was looking at the brand that she gave, and I don't remember if I ended up getting that one or not. Hands-on design. She says you get these flexible rulers, and then you can just curve it around, and you can get the curve you want. It's like, flexible ruler. I want one of those.
Who knew?
Yeah, so too much junk. Like I said, I was pretty busy this week. Yeah, Beth should go out of town more often. And then I had a new start. A new start. I can't remember if I started this last week or this week, but I think it was this week.
It's cute.
This
is
is
it
Anchored Tales by Stitchy Pros.
That's one of the. Oh yeah, Bunny the Waves. Oh, it's so cute. We'll see.
And this is how far I am.
The little tail. Cute.
This pattern is stinking cute. It really is. And then I worked some on this. I didn't work a lot on it. this, I finished off the green, and I was like, okay, now I paused on it because I was like, I don't know what color I want to put. We are loyal and passionate. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put loyal in blue, and I'm going to put passionate in red, and then I'm going to go back to this brown color for big damn heroes who aim to misbehave. The pile over here was massive, okay? And one of the patterns I wanted to concentrate on this month, it was not WIP-GO, is Botanical Bee. And before I hadn't finished one of the wings, it wasn't done, and I didn't have anything down here at all. I was missing some leaves from over here. I didn't have any of the little bees done over here, so this is how far I got, but I'm not going to do any more on this year.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Just
Nice.
just beautiful
It's
pattern.
beautiful.
All of these bugs that she's done are just adorable.
Is that some of that fabric that we got from Vicky?
No,
Oh, this is. Oh.
no, it's 32 count Ugana, I think,
Hmm.
but I don't remember from where or what the color is. And then, of course, I worked on my flag.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Wow. You see? You got a lot done.
Not as much as I would have liked, but that satin stitch takes forever, and I have a whole bunch of flowers that have satin stitch, and I'm like, I'm just gonna keep working on it, and you know, it won't be done by July 4th like I wanted, but that's life. None of my stuff is gonna be done when it's supposed to be done.
That sounds like my job. I was like, July 4th, oh no.
And my temperature chart, Temperature Pets by Jace Design. Jace Breeze. And this is where I am. It's been virtually the same temperature
Oh man.
all week. I had one day that was hot, and the rest of the time it's been upper 80s to low 90s. I think it's supposed to be warmer today. And then lastly, I did some work on this. This is a free pattern from Erica Michaels called the America Berry. And I am as far.
If I were her, I would have called it the Erica
Yeah.
Berry.
That's what I was saying. America by Erica.
America Berry by Erica Berry.
And then I made some project bags, and they have threads I have to cut. And they're just big enough to put an 8.5 by 11 in, but it's a tight squeeze. If you really wanted to, you could squeeze it in there.
But you can
But
certainly
you certainly
put
put
smaller.
the smaller ones in there. There's a lot of smaller patterns out there. This one says loyalty, courage, valor, strength, united we stand, and it has a little USA
Zipper bowl.
zipper pull.
Cute.
And this one is Old Glory there, and it has the same USA zipper pull, and this says freedom, Bill of Rights with liberty, and I can't read that, born in the USA, one nation under God, stuff like that.
I like that old older looking fabric.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, so I have 2 of these, and I would have 2 of the first one, except I forgot how to sew. I'm going to put all of this back in a minute.
Okay.
But I put this one upside down.
Uh,
So I'm gonna keep this one for myself or sell it at cost. I don't know. These will go on the Etsy shop today or tomorrow.
There's a link in our description
Yeah.
to our Etsy
Yeah.
shop.
And the inside of them look like the outside. So,
That's neat.
and it comes out. It's not sewn into the bottom. I thought I can fix it. I can just take out the zipper and put it on the other side, you know.
mhm.
And then I said, no, I can't because I cut the zipper.
Oh.
So I either will sell this at cost, in which case I'd put a USA thing on it, or I'll make another one. So I have 2 of each. Or I'll do neither and just have 3. And then I made this the week that Naomi wasn't with us, and it was just Beth and I.
Yeah.
I finished this, and I decided it needed lining so that it could be more useful. So I bought these. I don't know how they got dirty. I haven't done anything with them. But I need to cut them down, and I'm going to keep the sewing machine for at least another week so that I can cut them down and sew them together. She's like, well, you can hand sew these. No, I'm not going to do that.
Who said you could hand sew?
The lady that did that pattern. But I enjoyed doing that, and the flower things, I keep trying to work on it though, but I'm stuck on a hard one, and I'm like, maybe if I just go ahead and do more of the less difficult ones, and the one I'm working on, it's a daffodil.
Mm-hmm.
My pile is falling. It's a daffodil, and the daffodil, I want a bright yellow for it, but I don't have a bright yellow. And I'm like, I am not going to go buy yarn. I'm not going to do that. So that's probably another reason why I'm stalled out on that, but I'll get going on it. So I also wanted to make some scissor fobs. So I bought, to go with the bags, I bought some star beads in red, white, and blue, and some round beads in red, white, and blue.
Nice.
But they only had one. I was looking for some more of those USA charms. Those are actually earrings. I was looking for some more of those. They didn't have any. I found this flag from Metal Gallery. But they only had one. I stole them out of this one. So I found these. They're actually bracelet kits, and I'm gonna put together the part. One says USA and the other one says Freedom and has stars. And I'm like, that'll be cool on the end of that. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to do that. And then I couldn't resist this. I kept going back to it like more than one day. Americaopoly. I collect Monopoly. I had to have Americaopoly.
I want to see it.
Somewhere in storage is my collection.
Let me see. Let me see the box. Oh.
And so the stuff inside looks pretty similar to a regular Monopoly game. The cards are different. You know, come if by 1 by land and 2 by sea. Something like that is one of the properties.
1 if by land, 2 if by sea.
Mm-hmm. And so the property names are not like streets or anything like that. They're America's national parks, you know, the boardwalk area,
The Grand Canyon.
the Grand Canyon, the Rocky Mountains, the electric company is Justice. The railroads are By George Byway, Hamilton Highway. They're hard to read because they're over
Franklin Freeway.
Adams Avenue. Anyway, it's kind of cool. Robert said he would play it with me
That's cute.
if I got all my sewing stuff off of this table.
What are these?
They're just regular houses.
Just regular houses and hotels.
And they're green and red.
Yeah.
That's
should
not
be
patriotic.
Yeah, it should be red and blue or something.
These
Dice.
markers,
Oh,
the markers, they're basically just Monopoly markers.
oh, the
And one is a big smile.
Yeah, the money just looks like regular
I
Monopoly
see.
money. So they made a big effort on the board, but the other stuff is kind of similar too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not Milton Bradley or anything. It's some independent company, Late for the Sky or something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure it was just like when you buy, you know, Phoenixopoly.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Phoenix that does it or whatever, and they're always wrong. I have 25-year edition. It's in a metal box from Belgium. It's in French and Flemish, and it's Belgian markers, you know, things. And I have some. I think I have Albuquerqueopoly,
Oh wow.
and it's wrong. You know. So you play it and you get these weird things. So
That's fun.
yeah, I'm gonna try to put this all back over this way so that it's not gonna fall on me. So I had a lot of fun doing that while they're gone, and we've been having construction in the house because of the.
All right, so that brings us to our question of the week. A couple of weeks ago, we asked about places you would like to go, and sorry, I don't have the answers queued up here. Sorry, you see my algorithm pop up. I'm always like, wait, don't look at the videos I was watching. Not that I watch anything bad. I don't watch things that are bad. But I might watch dumb things. Okay, let's see here. Okay. We just had one answer. Mary Passmore says they're talking about going to Asheville, North Carolina. I hear that area is so pretty. And I've never visited the Carolinas. Have you?
No.
No.
We just drove
So-
through them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this week we would like to ask about stitch/knit crochet alongs, where someone, a designer, usually starts, or groups of people can do it, decide on a pattern, and they decide to all start together, and then they create those together. And a lot of times there's where you can post about it and post your progress and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just wondering, is that something you all do? Do you enjoy it? If you start it, do you finish it? I'm a good start-alonger. I'm not a good finish-alonger.
Well, the Stitch the Rainbow, Cross Stitch the Rainbow, X Stitch the Rainbow, they have a Facebook thing that you can go in there and show your progress and all that.
Yeah.
And I never post anything because I haven't finished anything except this one finally finished.
Now, I have done a few knit-alongs with Casapinka, and I finished,
Mm-hmm.
I finished, one of them for sure. No, two of them, and I have one that I still haven't finished. And yeah, she has a Facebook group.
There's the guy that does. Oh golly, now everything's running out of my brain. Not long dog samplers. The other modern folk embroidery. Every year he does like a stitch along that I think lasts all year. But right now he's doing the quick Quaker SAL. So I think he every day posts something, but they're I think like smaller designs, because the modern folk embroidery designs are generally pretty big and very complicated and lovely. They're actually beautiful. And I haven't ever done them because they're just big and and I'm like chickened out about that. But but so he does. What is his name? I can't think of his name now. Jacob something or other. But
Have you ever done one though?
no.
Like a stitch along.
Oh, I've
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Not his,
I've done
but-
stitch-alongs and I never finished them. I think the first one, maybe it's the only one I've done. No, I've done. I don't think I've ever finished it. But one that I started early on was by.
Tiny Modernist?
No, it's the British company. They have anyway. They do stitch-alongs fairly often. They did one with the Treasure Island theme, and but this one was. I think it's called Hello Pumpkin is the name of it. It came out years and years ago, like 2018 or 19 or something like that. And it's
And
like
didn't you do? Wasn't this the Spooky Hollow or
Sleepy
whatever?
Hollow,
Sleepy
yeah.
Hollow. That was a stitch along,
yeah,
right?
it was. It was a stitch along, and I have another one, Santa's House.
Yeah. So you start you do
I
start
do
along.
start along, yes. As a matter of fact, I wanted to do Sleepy Hollow. I wanted to stitch on it and put it on my WIP-GO board because I think I had finished the first two, or maybe I was almost finished with the second one, and I had just started the third one.
So
but I wanted to stitch on it. But when we were packing up everything for the thing, I thought, oh, I've worked on this, because I put some stuff in storage,
Yeah.
and Sleepy Hollow is one of them. And I thought, I couldn't. I was like, where's that Sleepy Hollow? I can't find it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was in storage.
But
yeah, so
the ones I've done have been mystery knit-alongs, which I think maybe keeps you more on task.
Because Santa's House was.
Yeah, because you don't know exactly what the whole thing's going to look like, and you have.
Some
a
people
week
like
or
them and
2
some people
weeks.
don't, because
I know because
Yeah.
you don't know what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
But so the ones that I finished were like that. They were mystery knit-alongs, and one I haven't finished I really like and I want to finish. Of course, now I have all the clues, right? But yeah. So what's your take on stitch-alongs, knit-alongs, crochet-alongs? Is that something you
did
like?
one.
Is it something you don't like?
I did one knit along and one stitch along, and I discovered that I am just not built for that. I stitch too slowly, and the knit along one, I just lost my mojo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, like the mystery ones, they sometimes like them and sometimes don't. One I really wanted to do was, I think it was a mystery stitch along, was there's one called Deadly Aquarium.
Yeah.
And I and there's also one called, I think it's something or other library, I think. But so the library one, is neat because it's got like, there's a lower section and like a big staircase and all kinds of books and everything. Deadly Aquarium I like because it's got, excuse me, like, the aquarium framework kind of, and there's all kinds of, there's sharks and all kinds of, creatures in
Didn't
there.
you do one called A Year in the Woods or something?
Yes, I still have that
And
one.
was that a stitch-along also?
Yes.
Like you got a different tree, different times?
No, no, it was not a stitch-along, I don't think. I think
Why,
it was
thought
just
it
a
was.
Carolyn Manning design, but,
Because was it 300 and, like, was it a tree for every day? Or what?
no, it was just a whole bunch of trees. It was just a big design with a bunch of trees. And I don't think it was a stitch-along because usually with a, well, it might have been a stitch-along, but not a
Originally?
mystery one. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
because I only have like one sheet. Because the mystery ones, I have like several pages because this week they have this one, so it has
Yeah.
part of the design, and the next one,
I think you have to be in the right place in your life and frame of mind.
yeah, and
Because
you have lots of time
if you're
to
so
work.
busy, if you're too busy, you get behind, and then you.
Yeah,
I know
and
for
then
me, like
a lot of people get
feel
discouraged that
behind
way.
and
Yeah,
discouraged, and
yeah.
yeah.
And like the Treasure Island one, I wanted to do because I like the story, but I didn't start on that one.
Yeah.
But it's neat because it's just got it's very very fun
Anyway.
designs and stuff. But yeah,
What are your takes on that?
Yeah, what are your thoughts? Do you do them? Do you not do them? Are you scared of them? I like I haven't thought about one in ages because I have enough trouble knitting along to my own drum beat. I have enough trouble. I don't need to add trouble. Sometimes I sit and think, someday I'm going to be done with all my whips, and the world will be laid out in front of me, and I can pick anything I want. That's how I think. But I'm like, wait a minute, that's dumb. Just do what you have to do, and not have to do, but just do what you have. Work on what you have. So that's how my attitude has been changing lately. I'm releasing my whip guilt. I'm trying to anyway. Trying to.
I have no whip guilt. I
So
just have as many as I have and do what I want to do. And well, I do use WIP-GO because it keeps me from like being overwhelmed by the decisions to make about what should I work on, what should I work on.
Right.
Because somebody else decides for me what I should work on, which is great for me. But because I have to think, I have to decide.
until you have to put your WIP-GO board together.
Yeah, that's actually
But you only do that once a year.
yeah.
So I wanted to talk about stories. There was a
Yes.
story I wanted to do 2 weeks ago that we cut off, and I was like, I didn't do my story. So I stitch while Beth and Naomi are rehearsing. And the other day, I took this out, and I'm like, where's my needle? It's not on the needle minder. Where's my needle? And it's a college campus, so I didn't want anybody stepping on it or sitting on it or
Yeah.
anything like that. And so another guy that waits there for somebody that's rehearsing, he and I were looking everywhere. I had gone to the bathroom, so I walked to the bathroom and I came back, and we were looking all over the floor. We're sticking our hands in the dirty, nasty cushions. I looked in this bag. I looked, I took everything out of the bag. I'm looking. Finally, I go, I'm going to run my hand along the edge of this bag inside because it's got a seam inside. There it was, sitting there.
Did you poke yourself?
No, because it's a blunt needle.
Oh.
But it
You're
wouldn't.
like,
It
"Dang
would
it."
poke you if you sat on it. You
Yeah.
know. But yeah, I was. I wasted about an hour looking for it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Um.
And then Beth, I have stories about the demolition and stuff in our house. So while we were watching the memorial, I was watching it with jackhammers and
no.
saws. It was like, okay, yeah, okay.
It's not really the mood. Yeah.
And I told them I was going to be watching a memorial, but they still had to get to work.
Yeah, they had to do their work.
Yeah. And now we have Rorschach
A Rorschach test.
test
On the walls.
on the walls where they removed the
tub surround. Yeah.
yeah, and so the
It's just like
the
big
glues-
blobs of glue, and they came out in all different weird patterns.
yeah, and so every time I go in there, I'm like, what does that look like? I want to draw that, and then I decided I'm not drawing any of that. Yeah, so they're putting in the shower on Monday,
Oh, nice.
but still won't be done because they have to come and finish painting.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it should be one more day after that.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I think.
That'll be good.
And then Beth and I'll decide if they put in the shower head we want.
Oh,
Because they didn't ask me what kind of
Yeah.
shower. I figured they would put in the same shower head that was there.
oh.
But
Just go buy one.
yeah,
Yeah, we're just gonna.
Yeah, I'm not worried about
decide to, what.
Yeah, go buy
Yeah.
one and then.
Well,
just
'cause we
have
were
it
thinking
sitting,
about-
'cause they don't care.
Yeah, we were thinking about buying one anyway. You
Right.
know. Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
buy one and let them put it in. That way, all the seals will be right. It's like I'm dreading changing my shower.
oh, when the
Thank
plumber
you.
came in, I had changed the guts of the bathtub.
We had
The toilet, you mean?
a screaming toilet.
I mean the toilet.
We had a screaming toilet for a while because there was something. The pump was wearing out or
So you
whatever.
switched it?
So you.
No, I bought it a while back,
Uh-huh.
but the last time I tried to do it, I couldn't undo the screw underneath.
Oh, yeah.
And I asked Robert to help me, and it's working and stuff, so he didn't do it. And the one time he wanted to get up and do it, I'm like, I can't do it right now.
Yeah.
I'm stitching.
Oh, Lord.
So,
So, did
so-
the plumber do it for you?
not exactly.
Oh,
The day before the plumber, the guys that were buzzsawing and all that, I was saying, what kind of wrench, do I use a wrench to do that? And they said it should be finger tight, not wrench tight. You're not supposed to use a wrench. And I think at the last place somebody had used a wrench to tighten it, and that's why it wouldn't come off. But they took it off for me.
oh, okay.
So I changed the guts.
Uh-huh.
But I was like, it's not working right. I don't know what I did wrong. And the instructions on on the thing were vague at best.
Uh-huh.
The other ones that I've bought, they were very, very, over explaining
Uh-huh.
everything. But I was like, what did I do wrong? Why won't it work? Did I get one with the wrong size plunger? Flapper, whatever. And so the next day the plumber came, and I was like, I changed the guts out on this toilet, but not very well. It's not working. And he goes, oh, I'll look at it. And he fixed it for me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And he didn't even charge extra for it.
Yeah, I came home and I was like, I didn't even notice at first when first time I used
sound?
it. First time I used
sound?
the toilet, and I thought, it's not screaming. 'Cause a lot of times, it would sound like I was torturing my cat or something.
Yeah, the way water
Yeah.
does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was, I think it was corroded from hard water inside. And so it was going through too narrow
Yeah.
a thing, and so it would just make this really high pitched screech. It was very
Screaming
annoying.
toilet.
A screaming toilet.
It's very
the house was
embarrassing.
haunted.
Yeah. Well, it was really bad at if to get up and use the toilet in the middle of the night when people are trying to sleep, and it was like,
I should write a novel called The Screaming Toilet.
it was the middle of the night, and there was a scream in the darkness.
Robert comes out.
Who's there?
Well, we had a good trip. We had
Yeah.
on the way home because they live so much further east. On the way home, I had never stopped in my memory, at the Petrified Forest area. So we just went to the visitor center, and I got information about how you can drive. This is near Holbrook, Arizona, and how you can drive. You can enter it's a national park, and you can enter it and then drive down and see all the different interest points and hikes and things like that of the petrified forest, which is prehistoric trees, basically. Like there's whole logs that are just on the ground that are
It's
now
really
stone.
cool.
It's really, really cool. So we were looking around the because I just never been to the visit, or not. Like I said, I think I went when I was a kid, maybe. But
I don't know if you were.
Dad took
We
us
went,
when
yeah.
we were coming back from here,
Yeah.
going home. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I I don't have.
I
any
don't,
memory.
I don't think you were. I don't think.
If I
You
was
were
if I
very
was
little.
alive, I don't remember. So so I decided, well, I'm gonna go check that out and see what that's like, because I know my kids would really like to do that. And so I got a map, and I bought Mark some rocks. He's ridiculous. He loves rocks. He's a rock hound, and I was like, this is
And
boring.
they got those.
This is boring, but those little figures. Beth got those. I said, this is boring, but I bought you this as an early birthday present. He's like, rocks are never boring. And he has them all on the table, looking at them all, because it's all, it's wood. It's pieces of wood that are petrified to stone. It's really beautiful. And so we stopped there, and then I thought, you know what? And I wonder if it would have taken us maybe through a different town to begin with. But from there, I put in her address instead of my home address, which took us south down Highway 87, and then it had me turn towards Saguaro Lake, which is further east. So we went along there, and I had never been that
Saguaro
way.
Lake is beautiful.
I had
I've
never been
that
over
way.
there,
Yeah.
and we saw the lake in the distance, and then it opens up into this beautiful mountain range. It's just gorgeous, and I didn't stop to take a picture, but I wish I had. And then we turned around a curve, and we were going along the Salt River, which in Arizona there are herds of wild horses that live along the Salt River. And if you go like paddling or whatever, rafting down the Salt River, you can see them, like they run in and out of the river. There's videos. If you look on YouTube, you can see videos of the Salt River wild horses. And so I was very excited to be in that area, and it's all this watch for horses crossing and all this stuff. And as we're driving along, there was some low fencing along the side of the road, and there was a white wild horse standing right by the fence eating. He looked real kind of skinny, a little wild, but it was exciting to see him. And then we drove along all these pig trails and wound up over here. I still had to go further east once I got down this way, but it was a nice detour, something different.
Well, it was
drive.
it was very pleasant because like coming through from the city, it's rush hour. It was rush hour.
It would have
and,
been rush hour.
Yeah, it was very cloggy, but the way we went, it was.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it was very.
Came down through like East Mesa area.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it was a pleasant drive, both there and back, and good to see family and eat lots of Mexican food.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm wearing this shirt. You can't see it because all my yarn is my yarn pile. From a restaurant I just discovered. Apparently my family's known about it forever. Nobody told me. Called Barelas. It's really like a breakfast and lunch place. So it's not like, which is probably, and I guess my aunt told me my dad knew about it.
Yeah, I heard the name before, but we never went there.
So, it's just like a breakfast, lunch, diner type place. They don't have dinner service.
Uh-oh.
And,
I dropped the Lego brick.
but this place, I was like, oh, Mary Lou wanted to go there, and
Yeah.
so
I was sad I missed it.
yeah,
But
you
there was
missed it.
just logistically no way
Yeah,
to do
so she had wanted to go, and my cousins, Tim was like, maybe it's a little far, but my cousin very sweetly said, when else does she get to go where she wants to go? So
Yeah.
we took her, and I was like, because she said that she really likes the tortillas there. They were absolutely could have been made by my grandma. They were so good and thick, like New Mexico tortillas, like thick. Oh man! And I got carne adobada, and I was afraid of it because I'm always afraid of. Like I heard the waitress say that she thought the green was hotter, and green chili was hotter, and so I thought, okay, well I'm gonna get something with red chili, and I was a little nervous because I didn't get it on the side like I usually do because I'm a baby. But I went ahead and just, I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to order it. And, when in Rome. And so it was basically swimming in red chili. And I was like, oh no. But it was the best red chili I've ever had. It was hot, but it wasn't acidic, It was flavorful, and the pork was so tender, and the over easy eggs smothered in chili. It was so good. It was so good. There's a picture. I took pictures of all my food. We kind of made the rounds. We went to Taco Cabana and El Pinto and.
We ate at Blake's.
We ate at Blake's.
We had
an
interesting experience at Blake's.
Yeah.
It was not in the city. We were on the way.
Gallup. Yeah, and so anyway, I had a food tour, and it was very good. It was all very good. I didn't have any bad food.
Albuquerque has more restaurants per capita than New York.
Yeah, I believe it.
And they do better.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because we went to Garcia's, and I had like a taco salad, and the shell was like not great. It was like hard, kind of, and it wasn't.
Well, it was Taco Cabana.
No.
Garcia's.
Oh, Garcia's.
Yeah. So I was like, meh. So then we went to Taco Cabana later, and I got a taco salad, and that was delicious. I got it with fajitas, like beef fajitas, and the taco shell was poofy and light, and it was so good. So, yeah. Almost everything was really, really good.
I enjoyed Taco Cabana, and it's kind of like a...
It's like a fast food place.
But it's not Taco Bell.
No,
it's
real
Mexican food. But it's more of a fast food.
Yeah, it's like a fast... It's not even... I wouldn't even call it fast casual. I call it, fast food. But it was so good. My parents loved it there. So we went, and we went there, and I took every opportunity to eat something yummy. Yeah. And
you can't get that out here.
No, this is not the same. So I was there at Barelas, and I thought Mark would love this place, Hannah would love this place, Eli would love this place. You would have loved it.
I would have
missed it. But it was good. It was a good trip. It was good to see family, reconnect with all my cousins. There's so many cousins. But yeah, it was nice. Car behaved.
Yeah.
Road behaved. There was no issues. So that was really good. And then I went back to work on Thursday, and I'm like, I don't know how to do this job. What am I supposed to do? What is this? Wait, where was I? And the other problem was because it's kind of a high pressure time in our company, I was looking at my email on my phone. And my bosses were very nice that they didn't want me to have to do any work or anything like that. But, I'm always like trying to, because I walked out in kind of the middle of a situation and was trying to keep tabs. So I was reading my email while I was there, but my aunt doesn't have Wi-Fi, so I couldn't get on my computer and like do anything. I could have gone to a coffee shop and worked, but, I was trying to avoid it as much as possible. But I was reading, reading emails. So when what the problem was, though, that I got back to town and I knew what had been going on because I'd read all my messages, but I opened up my email and I'm like, everything's red. So what was I thinking? What did I read? You know what I mean? Like I couldn't okay, here's all my new emails and go through them. It was like everything in my inboxes was already read, and I hadn't flagged anything or like done anything. I was just like gathering knowledge. So I had to figure out, okay, wait, I read this. Am I supposed to do something about this? Oh, yeah, okay. So the whole day, Thursday, I was spent, like,
catching up,
crazy.
Figuring it out.
Yeah. So,
but... Yeah, it doesn't pay to take time off. Suffer for it when you come back.
I know. And then I have to go out again in May. I'm going to a conference, and I'm excited about it. Because actually the software we use for our ticketing system moved parent companies, and it's actually a really good move. And so they've changed the contents of the conference a little bit, and I think it's going to be better. So I'm actually pretty excited about it. But yeah, but I'm stressed about having to go out of town again. So, especially because somehow when I went on this trip, I had so much crap with me, and I thought, I can't take all this crap with me to Chicago. I'm going to have to consolidate and I don't know if I can take my knitting. I'm going to have to take my knitting or some kind of knitting. Maybe I should start that little shirt for Hannah. That would be smaller to take with me. But instead of this giant, I mean, I don't have to take all my yarn, obviously. I'm not going to make it through 14 balls of yarn in 5 days, but I thought, well, this is nice and easy because it's just, you just sit and go around in circles. But in other news, Hannah sent me a picture. She turned her first sock heel, which is a big deal to her. She's like, I'm really getting into sock knitting this time. She said, because she had started it, I guess, a while ago, and then she bought some yarn when she went to New Bedford, which I believe is the setting for Moby Dick, by the way. And that's the kind of place she's in. So she bought some yarn there, and but we were debating because the pattern she's learning to make socks on is written for worsted weight. Here we go with yarn weights again. And the pattern, the yarn ball she bought said that it was super fine, like a sock weight. But looking at it against her fingers, I'm like, that is not a sock weight. That looks like more like a DK. But it still might be too small for the pattern that you have. Mm. So she's holding it together with another yarn to make a worsted weight, which is very smart. I'm thinking, it's going to be hard to see your stitches when you pick up along the sides of the sock, but I'm going to let you figure that out. And she sent me a picture this morning of her heel turned. And it's kind of one of those magical knitting things because you go from making something flat to making something shaped with the decreases and short rows and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of magical. And so, and I'm like, yeah, turning a sock heel is a magic moment. Like, because all of a sudden, what you always think of is as flat is suddenly shaped. And so like, here's her, and that's what I love. I mean, crochet is the same way, right? As you do your decreases. Here's her turned sock heel, she said. And she's like, I can see myself really getting into it. And so I sent her this picture of my turned sock heel a few years ago. And see, it's like,
yeah,
it's like 3-dimensional. And you don't always think about that. And I told her, yeah, and pretty soon when you learn to make shapes with knitting, then out pops something like this. Because I knit this for her a few years ago. So I don't know. I think, and crochet is the same way, but it's fun when you can, like, suddenly create something 3-dimensional.
Well, and the thing is that it's the same with cross stitch and what did I do? It's the same with cross stitch and with crochet and knitting. If something's frustrating you, put it down and go do something else, and then come back to it later. And it's like I tell the kids when I'm teaching our young Rembrandts, don't erase and then change your line. Change your line, then erase the old one. Yeah. I said, because you have the same brain that you had when you did it wrong the first time. Right. And you can see the wrong thing while you're doing the right one, and it helps you make the right one, right.
Yeah. That's interesting.
You have the same brain. and if you're sitting there struggling it, you have the same brain as when you first started it. So if you walk away from it and you come back, you're like, what was I doing?
Yeah.
Oh, this is easy. Why was I frustrated?
Yeah.
Or you attack it a different way,
I finished one of my snowmen.
Oh. And what are you supposed to say?
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Now I have to do the other one. But yeah.
That's cute.
How come you have pieces left over?
Because you always have
That's
pieces
extras.
left over. They always give you extras. I like the little candy cane. That's so cute.
You're going to have to keep it in the box so that it stays.
Yeah.
Yeah, because these all get knocked off.
Yeah.
A little bow. That's cute.
Keep the instructions in there so that if stuff gets knocked
Yeah.
off, you know where it goes.
Eli says glue it. Well, hey, with that, I think I've got to go. I've got to get ready tonight. I have a very long, I've counted my hours today. It's going to be like a 16-hour day. Because tonight, we have we're presenting Ragtime musical downtown at the Herberger Theater. And as part of,
That's a nice theater. I like that theater.
as part of our service to our patrons, we've rented buses. So they could buy a seat on a bus so they don't have to drive downtown.
Yeah.
And so as part of that, we have chaperones, to make sure we don't lose anybody downtown. And so I'm serving my shift tonight. And so I have to be up at my office, which is 40 minutes away, by about 5-ish. And then the bus loads at 6. We go downtown. And the show is 3 hours.
Oh, gosh.
So it starts at 7:30, and then, so that's 10:30? We have to load the bus back. So I am going to catch part of the show, but I'm also going to go down the street and hear the last half of the symphony concert.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's Shostakovich 5. I'm going on Sunday, I'm going with Mark for the whole concert. But I can't resist hearing Shostakovich 5 2 times.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that, and then I'll still have another hour to kill downtown. So I'm like, should I take knitting with me? Anyway, but then I realized that the Symphony Hall has a clear bag policy. So whatever I take with me, I have to leave at the Herberger.
Yeah.
But anyway, because they're like literally a block from each other. So I thought, well, I'm going to go visit my friends and check that out as well, because Shostakovich 5 is the best. So anyway, that's going to be, so then we load the bus at 10:30 by the time we get back up to Scottsdale to get my car, and then I drive home. So it's going to be a long day.
I was saying, we have to remember, we have a concert on Tuesday.
For which I am not prepared.
Caterpillar Cross Stitch was the company I was trying to think of when they were doing
I
the
was
SAL.
thinking that, but I was like, you can't mean them.
Yeah, Caterpillar Cross Stitch they have stitch-alongs very often.
Okay.
And I think they have one going on right now or something, but yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and let us know what you think about stitch-alongs.
Yes.
And
Excuse me.
we will see you again. Will it be May?
It'll be May.
Yeah.
Because the 31st is
Oh yeah, my little girl
Is it
has a
Thursday
birthday
or something?
tomorrow, or
Yeah.
Monday.
Monday.
So not so little.
Yeah. So my
little
mom
adult.
said, somebody asked her once, "Oh, how are your kids?" Whatever. And she said, "Oh, fine." And then she was thinking, "They're not kids; they're middle-aged."
I know. All right. Well, thank you so much, and we will see you in May.
Yeah.